Hi guys, have you subscribed to this Donna Dewberry channel? Well, I'm thrilled to come on and share with you lots of lessons, but to do that, I need you to subscribe and go to notifications and ring the bell so that you're notified when I'm coming on. I have lots of special free streaming lessons that are great for you to come on live with me. So please go do that and stay tuned for the lesson. Good morning. Welcome to another Relax and Paint. And I am hoping with all my will that you will take a deep breath and relax this morning and think about good things. One of the things that I was just sharing to everybody this week on my Facebook Live is be kind to those who are hard to be kind to. And because we don't know their lives. We don't know what's going on in their lives. And I thought that was a good thought for the day, for the week, for me to see those people that are really difficult sometimes and to just give them a smile. All right. So think positive. It helps you feel good inside to smile. I said, if you're smiling when you're talking to somebody at the studio, at our offices, and they are just having a hard time emotionally with you, if you're smiling, it's really hard to be unkind because unless you're just really sarcastic, you think. Today I'm doing a little fun thing. I went into Dollar Tree and I found this cool kind of frame. Okay. And it's like floating glass. And I took these pieces off that hold it all together. But what I love about these is that you can see through, if you have a pretty wall color or wallpaper, whatever, you can see through to that. All right. And it's got these nice hanger on it. All right. And the top piece is glass. The back is a plexiglass. All right. And then I'm using some grayscale paper, which I've been using a lot of, just because it's kind of fun to paint on. There's 15 sheets in this, and I cut, this is the piece that is inside of the frame, okay? So it is a size 10 by 13 floating frame. So I cut my gray paper that size, and it's just gonna float in the middle of this painting, painted frame. I mean, frame for of whatever, you know what I mean, right? Okay, so what I want to do is I want to work on this paper and put my glass to the side. All right, we're going to pull it out a little bit later, but let's just pull this to the side. All right, so I want to do, I've been painting this morning, so you'll see I've got some paint in my palette, my double loader. And what I wanted to do was do this layered rose that's really pretty, but I want to paint on the glass as a second layer. So I think you'll like that. It's a fun project, and let's get started. All right. Thank you for being on with me, and I hope you enjoy the day. And let's go to the overhead and think about painting all day long. Thinking about getting home and trying this. If you've got a busy day, this is something, excuse me, this is something that would be fun to do when you have some peace. All right, so I'm using my 3/4 inch flat brush. This I picked not the darkest gray, but a medium gray. All right, and so I am going to, I've got wicker white. I'm going to take some of that color out of there. Wicker white and Juneberry. And these are multi-surface paints. All right, multi-surface FolkArt paints. And this Juneberry is kind of a fairly new paint color that we love. Okay, so I want to get 2/3 Juneberry, 1/3 white. And I push really hard to work it in. Okay, I need to be quiet so everybody can still sleep here. Okay, there we go. So I want you to work it till there's paint all inside the bristles, okay? Now, when I need color, if y'all don't see me, I might come here and just dip white because I have enough of this, but because I'm on paper, it's going to kind of be dry and we can't use water. So if you use water, it gets muddy. So I'm going to go right into my medium. This is the floating medium that we use instead of water. Okay, there's small bottles and big bottles, floating medium. And this is a FolkArt one, which is wonderful. Okay, so I want you to see that I'm going to come here and make a few not super wiggled petals, but a few smooth petals. Can you see that? Just little bits of a wave. All right, because I'm going to put a butterfly on top of this glass. And so I want this nice and big area of the flower, like maybe he's going to the center of the flower. Okay, so I keep going over here. Now I did need to dip and get a little bit of Juneberry again. Okay, I go back to the water, not water, medium. Go back to the medium because what I want this to feel like is I want it to feel like butter, smooth like butter. Okay, so we need our cup in here. So I'm going to make this come just like that to make a cup. All right. I'm going to keep coming here and picking up paint. A little bit more. See how you see the layers? That's real important. Now I can come in here and cup around, pick out more paint, come right back here. All right. I'm going to come right in here. All right, so see the paint's not full there, but right here, all I'm looking at is the white to make sure that completes that circle. I'm going to dip white, dip Juneberry, and go back in here. A little bit of medium. I just picked up medium more on the white edge, okay? So if you come here and chisel and pull around, all right, so I'm going to come right in here. Let's get right back here and lean the white out and chisel around, okay? Okay, so let's bring a little bit more. And see how I'm laying this? If I start here, I lay the white out, I lay the white out, come across. Okay, so it makes it look like it curves up. Excuse my Band-Aid, please. I injured my thumb, so I had to take off my nail there. See how I'm leaning the white out? So I want it really thin. I can come right back here real thin with a good chisel. Lean the white and stand up. Isn't that kind of pretty? The way. Now, where's your eyes going? They're mostly going to the white edges. You see that? That's the thing that your eyes are catching. Okay, so I'm going to come across here. I'm going to get white Juneberry, work it in, a little bit of medium. Okay, so I'm going to come right in here. And right in here a little bit. See how I layered those? So you want the rose to look like it's continuing to open, right? All right, and so then I want the dark Juneberry touching underneath that white. Okay, so I don't like what I did to this petal, but look, it's easy to go right in here, lay it down, and restroke it, okay? But usually I just try to leave it alone, okay? Okay, you saw that wasn't too difficult, but you do have to have a control. So there were some things where I'm coming here. Then I can come right here and curl it up into there. Start right there, curl it up to there. And again, look at this. I touch and I lean the white out. Okay. We're going to come up here and get a little bit closer. And this one, I'm copying more of this. Lean, lean. See that? There we go. I don't know why it's out of focus here for a minute. Okay. So I've got 3, but I need that triangle. Can you see that? So I'm going to come over here really low. And make it a little bit smaller. Okay. So I have my triangle design. Now I'm going to clean that brush out. And I'm going to go to my 16 because the rose leaves are a little bit smaller and they get a little bit of a jagged point on the tips of the leaves. All right, so I'm going to come over here and use citrus and sap, get some medium because it's kind of dry feeling. Okay, so I got lots of paint on there. Citrus, work it in. Now I want a little bit of white. And guess what? I can get a teeny bit of Juneberry. Oops, got a little bit more than I wanted. All right, now I can come right in here and do a little leaf. But, oh my goodness, now look what I did. I put my finger right in that. But guess what? I bet I can fix it, you think? Okay. All right, let's bring it around here a little bit more. I lay my finger right in the corner. Okay. We're gonna put leaves around that. Okay, so let's go right close to this. And I'm going to bring a little bit of white into that leaf. And we'll do another little leaf up there. Okay, so it's kind of pretty with those colors. So let's go down here and a little bit of white to make that green bright. All right, so I can also go around. So push, stand up, push, stand up. So it's like pressure release, pressure release. All right, so all right, so I'm going to pull a stem here and pull it back. Pull a stem here and pull it back. There we go. Now remember that leaf I did was wiggle to the point. Let's turn it this way. So I'm going to wiggle up to the point and then reverse direction of the, got to get some more paint. You wiggle to the point, reverse direction, and come back down. And then we pull the stem into there. Okay. Wiggle, reverse, wiggle back. All right. So I'm going to come up a little bit bigger so y'all can see. We are going to put a bigger leaf in here. All right. I'm adding a little bit of pink in those leaves because a lot of rose leaves have little touches of that pink. All right, so just little bits of pink. All right, I'm going to do another big leaf up here. Just a medium. I'm going to come right out here. A little bit of white on the citrus edge. Okay. All right, so I still am going to come in here. And I just picked up little bits of pink. Look, I come right here and just get a little bit of that pink. And, ooh. See how that pink in there really adds to it? I think some of these need a little bit too. Okay. Now I like to use some floating medium. So let's say I'm going to get some Juneberry here and pick up the floating medium. And I am going to use a 12. Okay, so we have the 12. But I've got to clean out my brush in the medium. Now, instead of adding filler flowers, I like to come in here with this floated little bits of 12 flat leaves. And you pull the stems into those too, guys. Because believe it or not, it shows. And I just keep painting with this floating medium. Put different ones all in here. And what's so funny is that you would think the more paint you add, the heavy it's going to look. But look how the more I add these, the lighter the look is. All right. And I also want to come in here with a little bit of citrus, tapping with the corner of my 12 flat. All right. You see that? And then I'm going to come in here with a little bit of white. All right, just little bits there. So now what I see is I need to put some citrus back in there. and then a teeny bit of sap. My sap's real thick. So we need the depth right in there, okay? A little bit of this in here, just a teeny bit. Put a little bit of that off. And then teeny bits of white. Okay. Now, last thing I want to do is do my curly cues. I'm cleaning my brushes out as I go so they don't sit in the water, just reminding you guys, because it cracks the handles of the brush if we leave it in the water. But I got lots of green paint. You got to get the paint out of the ferrule, okay, because it'll make you not have a good chisel edge anymore. Okay, so are y'all taking a deep breath? Take a deep breath while you're painting. You might just be watching now, but when you come back to paint, I want you to be breathing instead of holding your breath. All right, so I'm going to take some water and make some inky sap green. Roll in the brush the 2 script liner. All right, so I'm going to come right in here. I'm just curling out from there. So look, I can also have this as some of the stems, but I want you to see that I'm going to curl. You can just wiggle out. You don't have to do the loops. You see that one? Just watch it again. I'm coming right here and you can just curl without having a lot of detail of curly cues. You can also come in here, watch this, and touch some of these leaves that maybe don't have the perfect tip you like. All right, watch this. I'm going to come around here and around here. See that? And I'm going to sign it before I go. Sign it. Now, what I want to have happen is I want to put this in this glass and show you what I would do. All right, so we put the plexiglass underneath. All right, now I want to take a little bit of my tape for now. You might have a sticky Post-it or something, a scrapbooking product that you can use. So there's the top, so I got to turn this around. Okay, and I'm going to center this right here. All right, now the glass is going to touch this wet that I've done. So I have these little blocks from the Dollar Tree crafting area. Okay, so I'm going to put these little right here so that my glass doesn't touch. I could blow dry it really quick, but I just thought this would be quicker for me to show you that now I want to paint. I know we got a glare there, but I'll come over here because now I want to, that's going to help me know where I'm going to paint my butterfly. All right, so I'm going to take, what we got a 12 here. Now I'm going to pick white and a little bit of yellow. All right, let's go to a clear place here and work it in. White and yellow. And I want the brush really full of paint. All right, you need lots of paint before you start painting on the glass. And this paint works on glass also. You don't need to bake it, but all right. So I'm going to make this butterfly, this first one. I'm going to go just like this. All right. I'm going to come a little closer so you guys can see. That made it possible for me to see where I want the wings to go. So this butterfly is coming towards the center, okay, to get some pollen. All right, so maybe I will just do, let me turn this around. Maybe I will do another one. You can wipe it off if you don't like it. I'm going to do one up here. Okay, so then I can do a second one, wing on here. You'll see I've done two the same stroke, and then I did chisel, chisel on the bottom. All right, so I'm going to do one more down here. Okay, I'm kind of doing a triangle, right? So see, it's nice because you're going to stroke right over it. And then this one I'm going to take to a point and bring back. All right, so I've got those three in there. And what I want to do is I take my 2-script liner and I'm going to roll it in. I get citrus and roll it into some sap. Okay. Now I'm going to lay this in the middle, support it with my little finger and pull his tail down. Okay. And I'm going to do that to each one of them. So I lay the brush down and then I come up. All right, I'm going to lay the brush down and then I'm going to come up. All right, now I'm going to come right here and pull, right here and pull. Okay, you see the little antenna? I'll put a little bit of white so you don't see it better. There we go. See, there's one there and there's one here. It's just because of the big glare on the glass, you're having a little bit harder time seeing. Okay, so touch, pull, touch, pull. Touch, pull, touch, pull. Okay, so I can do a little bit of a dot in these spots. Just be careful with the glass. Just try it before you do this. And then it'll be right down on there where you want it. Okay, so I can come right in here and do darker. And you can add some licorice in here. Do a little bit of detail if you want. Okay, a little bit in here. All right, and I'm just going to put a little bit of white. So I hope you've enjoyed this today. It's kind of like a fun little exercise on, let me move this so you can see. There we go. See, there's my 3 butterflies. And you don't have to have any more detail than that, but it makes a fun project. And you'll see when you see my finished project on the screen here. Thank you for being on today. Please go check our Facebook site for specials that we have each week. And I'd love to have you join my One Stroke Advantage membership group. Can go check out what that gives you. All right. See you next time. Have a wonderful week.